Hi, I'm Neal Cary. I recently downloaded DaVinci Resolve 16 for the purposes of creating a string quartet performance where each member of the quartet is in a different location, making 4 different recordings, and then my plan is to assemble them using this program into this Letterbox format, which maybe you're familiar with. So the first thing that I did is I took my iPhone and I set it in the landscape mode, and I did 4 recordings for cello, and then I downloaded those to my drive, and then from my drive I downloaded them to my computer, and I put them on my looks like my Windows C user videos is where they're located. And here they are in my Windows C. They're the 4 last ones that you see. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to open the DaVinci program here. It's located right here. It takes a moment to download because it's a pretty big file. There's the opening screen. So here's the opening screen, and I'm going to click on, this is something that I've already done, this test 4, my experiment with DaVinci. And so now I'm going to open Untitled Project, a new project. So here's the opening screen. It may be a little hard to see on my laptop, but to get to the most important part, what you want to do, you want to go over here, and on the bottom, click this, make sure this is on media. If it's on cut or edit, those are features that you'll want to get to later. But first you want to go to media. And when you go up here to this left-hand corner, you'll see your media pool. This is the media storage. And I have uploaded all of this, all of my videos from my laptop, and they're in various locations. And so if I want to add something else on my computer, what I do is I right click on my mouse. There's add new location. I click it, and then it gives me more options of things to add. So I can select the folder and then it will add it. I don't need to do that right now, so I'll get out of that. All right, so now I know that my project is in this user videos here. So I'm going to open that. And here are all my videos. I'll scroll down. It takes a little while for them to open up. Let's see here. There we go. And now here are the 4 videos of me playing, which I'm now going to assemble. So the next step is I take these 4 videos, or one at a time, and I'll click, left click, and I'll just drag them over here, put them in my media pool. And then it says they have a different frame rate than the current project setting, so I'm going to click change. And then I'm going to drag the other 3 into my media pool. So that's the next one. And then this one, the 3rd one, and the 4th one. Now the next step is I go down here and I click edit. You can see it right here. So I'll click edit and I get a new screen. And then I take these 4 videos that are now located up here and I'll drag them down into this area. Let's see if it'll go. There we go. And I'll kind of put it next to this red line here. That's where it should go. And then I want to add more frames and or more tracks, excuse me. So then I right click in this area right here. And then I have these options here. I'm going to add tracks. I'll click that. And then I can just go up here let's see, I can go up here and I can just change this number. I'm going to add the 3 others, so I'm going to add 3 tracks. There we go. And now I'm going to change this bottom one to 3. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, it's not changing. Ah! There, I pressed the wrong button. All right, then I click Add Tracks, and then I have these other tracks available to me now. So now I can add the others, and it adds both the audio and the video tracks at the same time. So I click and drag the second one. I'll put it right here in video 2. There you go, and you see that the video for the new track is down here. It's a little confusing, but you can slide these up and down. And you can see that there are the 2 videos, 2 video tracks there. All right, so I'll do the same thing for the 3rd track. I'll just drag it over here like that, and I'll add the 4th track right here. Let's see, what am I doing? There we go. All right, now I'm ready to do some editing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to this little box right here. I'm going to click this drop-down menu, and I'm going to click Transform. And what this will allow me to do, you see these dots appearing here on the screen here. It will allow me to make this letterbox format, and I can just take these little bubbles here and change the size of it. I want to make sure that I'm working with the first video, so I'll just click that. And now I'll go up here and I'll just kind of resize this little box, and I'm just kind of, you know, using my judgment to kind of resize it and move it. I think that's about the right size. All right, and then I'm just going to click Enter on the keyboard down here, make sure it's saved. And now I'm going to do video 2. So I'm going to click that. Let's see. And now I'm going to do the same thing up here. I'm going to put this in the upper right-hand corner. So make it smaller. And again, I'm just kind of guessing. And then I'm going to move it over here. I think I'm going to have to make it a little smaller for it to fit with the other one. There. All right. And now I'm going to click Enter again. And now I'm going to go up to this 3rd video track right here. I'll click that, and I get the same transform buttons here, and I'll just grab one of these buttons and make it smaller. I'll put this down here. Maybe make it a little smaller. It looks like it might overlap a little bit. I can always adjust these later. Okay, and I'll click Enter, and then I'm going to go and finally I'll add the 4th track. So I'll highlight it with a click of the mouse, and then I'll just make this smaller again. Now this is going to go in the right bottom corner. Let's see. Oh, and there are the others. Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. It's pretty even. I can do little adjustments. Let's see, I'll make this a little smaller. Move it over. Let's see how that looks. Well, I got kind of lucky because that looks really pretty good. I think I might just go with that. Maybe I can make this one a little bigger. Let's see, that's the track 2, the video 2. So I'll go here, and maybe I'll scooch it over a little bit. Let's see, it's a little tricky. There we go. So now that I have this assembled, now I'm going to edit to make sure that they're all synced. Let's see, and I believe to do that, let's see what I need to do. Oh, and this is kind of an interesting feature. It took me a while to learn this, but you change the magnification of these videos. I'll work with this first one here. By these three little choices right here, you can make your video very small. So I just clicked this little icon. I can make it kind of medium size. You can see actually it really shows here. And then if I click this one on the right, I can actually kind of manually change the size of everything. So I can make it really big, and that allows me to work precisely. I don't want to make it too large because I want to be able to kind of look at the audio frame here and find where to start these videos. So what you see right here are the clicks of my metronome and me saying 1, 2, 3, and then I enter right here. So I want to be able to magnify these but still see this very clearly and to see the starting point of the audio itself. So I'm going to slide this little slider again. I'll make it a little bigger so I can work really precisely. Let's see. And then what you can do is you take this little red heart here, and you can just, if I can grab it, you just slide it over. Oh, I'm having a little trouble here. Oh, actually I'm supposed to use this little bar on the bottom. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new at this, right? So I'm going to slide all of these tracks over. And you can kind of see the 1, 2, and the 3 there. So I'm going to slide these over. And what I want to work with is the first video. And so for reference points, I think what I will do is I will use this little slider here just to kind of mark the spot where I think I want to start in that first track, because I'm going to use that to model all of the others. So probably about here is good, something like that. And now actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this whole thing less magnified in the beginning. I think it'll be a little easier to just do the edits that I want, and then I can be more precise later. So I'll slide this bar over. All right, so what I want to do is I need to adjust the second track so that this little mark right here is even with this one, because that's me saying 3. All right, so what I can do is I click the second video, or second audio track, and then I grab the end here, and I'm going to make it shorter so that I can actually move it over. So I'll move it over far enough that I can then click on this, and then I'll just slide it over. I click on it, and then I'm holding the mouse down, and then I want to kind of get these aligned, these little counts here. And I'm just going to get it in the ballpark because I can get it more exact later. Now I'm going to go down here. I'm going to do the same. Well, actually, looks like I won't have to edit this much. I'm just going to chop off a little bit here. And I guess I'll do the same thing here on this one while I'm doing this. And now I can just kind of slide these over to the right location or something fairly close. The problem is that when you don't have it magnified very much, you can't really be very precise in the editing of this. So now I'm going to go much bigger. See, I don't want to go too large. I want to still be able to see enough detail here. So the larger I go, and see, you can kind of see that's where the first track video starts. That's where the second one enters, and the third one down here. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, that helps. There we go. Now it makes it a little easier to work with. All right, so I'm going to click, and then I'm going to just push the mouse down and kind of drag this over. And I think I could try and align the little beats, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to align the music. There, that looks pretty good. It looks like I start playing right there and here, so that's really perfectly aligned. Now I'm going to adjust this third track. Okay, so I'm going to move it over. There, that's pretty good. You can be very precise once you start magnifying this thing. All right, now then I can move this over. And there, that looks pretty good. It looks like I've got it fairly well aligned. And I might want to just magnify it even a little bit more here. Let's see. Maybe that's a little easier. It's just really hard to be precise with this. I think that's probably pretty good right there. All right, so now I have all of my videos aligned so that they would be playing together. And now I'm just going to go over here to this cut feature. It's down here at the bottom, so I'll click that. Let's see, it'll take a moment, and there we have. Okay, so the top is the audio. Now what I can do is I can just click and drag this over to this little red line that I've established there where I want the video to start. And there we go. And here, same thing. And you notice I'm simultaneously changing the video while I'm changing the audio. So I could do either. I could change the video, and because they're linked, and there we have it. So this is kind of interesting. If I did them 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1 is the main one, so when I tried to drag it over, it just pulled everything else to the left. All right, so now I want to go back to Edit down here. I'm going to click Edit again because I've got the beginning fixed the way I want it. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a little bigger so that it's a little easier to work with up here, this little sizing feature here, the bar. I'm going to slide it to the left. Let's see, and I just want it, you know, maybe something that is easy to work with. And I'm going to take this little red bar and I'm going to slide it over. And I can kind of see where the music ends. So I'm going to slide it in this general area here. Now I'm going to enlarge it again. Let's see. So I'm making it bigger. And I can kind of then adjust more carefully where I want to have this finish. So it looks like right here I'm still playing on these 2 frames. This is the first video. And then it looks like I'm finished here. And so then I just need to kind of like figure out where I want to end this. Maybe I'll slide it over maybe just a little bit more. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll slide it somewhere around here. Let's say here. Maybe, yeah. So maybe here. All right, so now I'll go back to this cut feature down here on the bottom. And now I can edit the ends. And this time, just for whatever reason, I'm going to start moving these over. All right. And I can always adjust them, you know, if I don't get it in the right spot. Well, I guess I'll leave that one. And then here, and I'll adjust this one. And I'll adjust this one. There, now I've cut my video down to the portion that I want to see. So I'm going to go back to Edit. And I believe, basically, I'm done. I have a few more steps to take. One thing that I want to do is I want to lock all these videos in their present form so that now that I've got it all fixed, I don't want to lose what I've accomplished here. So there's these little locks on the left, and so I can do them separately, you know, once I get what I want, or I can just go up here and I can just lock them all at once. And so you can see that now they're just all locked. Let's see, I can slide this up a bit so I can just check all of my screens and make sure that they're all locked together. So they're all locked. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to deliver this. I'm going to put it on YouTube. So I'll click this little rocket down here. That's kind of fun. So I'll click it, give it just a moment. There we go. Okay. So you notice one of the things that appears up here in the left hand corner is I have these options here. It says custom. I can do YouTube, Vimeo. I don't know what that is. I think that creates some kind of thing for your computer. But I'm going to put this on YouTube. So I'm going to click this. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click Add to Render Queue. And now I'm going to enter a title for this. All right, so I'm just going to call this Test 5. I've done this before with Test 4, and that was fine. And so then I'm going to click Save. And now I have this Untitled Project timeline up here. And down here at the bottom on the right, it says Start Render. And so now I'm going to click that. This takes a while. This is about 35 seconds of music. And this says I have, well, it says I have over 3 minutes to render this, but it's actually much less time than that. So one thing that I could have done earlier is that I could change the levels of the recording. Perhaps I should have talked about it, but there's in the lower right hand corner of the edit screen, you can slide the bars up and down to adjust the audio settings. So that's kind of a nice feature. But I didn't really want to mess with that because I had the same settings on my phone. My phone was the same distance away. I use the same device, and so they're all at the balance that I want. All right, so now this rendering is done, and if you look up here, it tells me where this file is located. One thing that I might want to do is I might want to save this test on DaVinci, and let's see, I can go to File, and I can click Save Project. And so I'm just going to type in Test 5 here and click Save. And now that's saved. So now I can actually get out of DaVinci and I can go to YouTube and then upload that file. So I'm going to close this. All right, so I'm all ready to now add this to YouTube. I'm just going to click Create, Upload Video. You've probably done all of this before. I'm going to select Files, and oh, it just took me right there. Let's see if I can find Test 5. So I'll do Test 5. I'll open it. And now success. There you go.